What is up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Barbecue. What I'm going to be hooking up today is going to be a keto chicken casserole. Now this casserole is going to be made with the chicken that I made in my slow cooker yesterday. I'm going to leave a link to that video in the iCard above and description below. And I'm going to leave the recipe for this in the description below as well. Now if you don't have a chance to cook a chicken the way I did in the slow cooker yesterday, I'm going to leave a different recipe that I would use if I was not using the ingredients that I have in this recipe here, which would be the liquid from that chicken that we made in the slow cooker and our chicken that was made in the slow cooker. Anyway, the other ingredients we're going to need for this casserole, and this is super simple. We have 8 ounces of cream cheese. We're going to be using some broccoli. I'm not sure how much of this broccoli we're going to use, but I will have an approximate amount in the description below. We have some fresh grated Parmesan cheese, and then we have some Colby jack cheese. I have about 10 strips of bacon in the oven, and we're going to cook those until they become crispy. Those are our ingredients, plus a little seasoning. I'm going to get some of this stuff off to the side, get my skillet out here, start hooking it up. So yesterday when I cooked that chicken in the slow cooker, I cooked it with onions and mushrooms, so I have that in my liquid. If you don't have that, I would just take, maybe 1 onion, maybe 1 bell pepper, whatever you want. Chop it up and then just kind of saute it in a little bit of butter, something like that. But since I have vegetables in here, I'm not going to add any. And what I'm going to do is kind of let this simmer down. I'm going to take my block of cream cheese and I'm going to add it right on in. I have time for this to kind of cook down slow, so I'm not going to worry about cutting it into little cubes or anything like that. But if you're pressed for time, cut them in cubes. It'll kind of mix in with this sauce a little bit better. So that took about 5 minutes to cook down. Don't worry if you see any of these little small pieces of cream cheese in there, that's fine. I'm reducing the heat and I'm throwing my chicken in. And this is about 3/4 of the chicken that I cooked yesterday. I did eat some of this. And I'm just throwing the chicken in so it can absorb some of this sauce. And I'm going to let it cool down for about 15-20 minutes. So when I add my cheese and everything in here, it's not immediately melting. So we've let this cool down for about 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and add our broccoli. And this is one of those things where you can add as much or as little as you like. Now I'm not a fan of frozen broccoli except in recipes like this. Let's go ahead and stir this in. And I think I'm going to go a little heavy on the vegetables, so that's good right there. And that's going to wilt down a little bit as it cooks. I'm going to use half of our Parmesan cheese now. We'll be topping the casserole with the other half. And let's get our cheese in. Alright, so that's mixed good enough. Get my casserole dish. A spoon might have been a better choice. And it looks like I have enough for another small casserole, so we'll be banging that out as well. Let's grab some of our Parmesan cheese. Now we're going to throw this in the oven, 350 degrees, for 40 minutes. At 30 minutes, I'm going to pull it back out of the oven and add our bacon to the top of it. So this just came out of the oven after 30 minutes. I'm telling you, it looks and smells good. Now I'm going to sprinkle it with some bacon bits. We're going to get it back in the oven for the last 10-15 minutes or so. And after that, it's a wrap. So I've had a chance to let this cool down for about 15 minutes. Let's get in and see what's up. Just gonna take a little bit because my wife and everybody isn't home, so Cannot go wrong with this. To be keto friendly and tasty. It's the winner. For those of you guys that have been asking, I've probably been eating better than I have in a while, and I'm down about 23 pounds over the last, 60 days, something like that. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe. I'm out.